Am I audible, madam?
Yes.
Okay. So still 4 more minutes is there. If you can make me the host, I'll share my PPT. You can make me the co-host or.
Share. Please share your PPT.
Okay.
You can. We can see. So good afternoon all. And I want to really say thanks to Dr. Sundar and all the participants. So Dr. Sundar, can we start the webinar?
Yeah, it's still 1:57, no, madam.
You want to wait for some more time?
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Okay.
2 o'clock will start because I think 2 people will join. People will
Okay.
start
No
joining.
issues. No issues, sir. No issues. So today's our topic is management of diabetes and its complications through lifestyle modifications, as in Ayurveda and Yoga Shastra.
So shall I start, madam?
Dr. Sundar, please
Yeah.
start.
So namaste. I welcome you all to this online session on management of diabetes and its complications through lifestyle modifications mentioned in Ayurveda and Yoga Shastra. Before starting, let me express my gratitude to my gurus. Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We all know that India has become the diabetes capital of the entire world. And we have seen 1160% of increase in diabetes cases in just one generation. So dramatic increase. Right now, there are around 77 million people who are suffering with diabetes in India.
चले शिमांती, ये लगा रही मैं, वहीं जाके कर लेंगे। चल तो रहा ही है, क्या ही करना है, बोल।
And 90% of the people with uncontrolled diabetes, they think that their blood sugar is under control. And because of their inability to control diabetes, the blood is full of sugar, glucose, and it rots each and every part of the body. Eyes, they rot. You get diabetic retinopathy. Kidneys, they rot. You get diabetic nephropathy. Liver rots. You get fatty liver. Brain also rots due to diabetes. You get Alzheimer's and so many other degenerative brain diseases. And in males, there is erectile dysfunction and other problems, reduction in sperm count. Female, there is PCOD, endometriosis, hormonal imbalances, thyroid, infertility, even heart diseases, dreadful heart diseases which we all are worried about, all completely destroy our body just because we are unable to keep this diabetes under control. So this is the current state of diabetes. And in Ayurveda, we identify diabetes as a kapha dominant disorder. And Ayurveda says that the reason for this problem, disturbance in kapha, which disturbs the entire body, entire metabolism, is impaired Agni. The digestive fire gets disturbed. Though, because of the impaired digestive fire, there will be ama production. All the doshas, they get imbalanced. And mostly it is due to the sedentary habits, excessive intake of sweet, oily, and heavy foods, mental stress. And right now, we have seen that most of the people are not doing any kind of physical activity. Physical inactivity is the fourth largest cause for deaths according to World Health Organization. Now the entire generation of people are just sitting and working and eating lots and lots of food, which is actually not food. Instead of food, they are eating products manufactured by companies, causing disturbance in kapha. And according to Ayurveda, the pathogenesis, again, the reason for this diabetes is the decreased strength of digestive fire, weak Agni, and formation of ama. When there is weak Agni, when the food is not properly getting digested, then ama gets produced. Ama, or we can call ama as toxins. Impaired digestion is the cause for ama production. And many factors like improper diet, irregular eating, sedentary lifestyle, stress, Agni becomes weak, irregular. Sometimes Agni is active, sometimes it is not active. So the food is not getting properly digested. And this that undigested food becomes ama, and this ama, these toxins, they circulate all over the body. We call them free radicals. Radicals because they disturb all the other chemical reactions happening inside the body. Free because they circulate all over the body. This ama gets deposited in the tissues, urinary system, fat tissue, pancreas. There you see the deposits of this ama. And then this sticky ama blocks and narrows the srotases. Srotases are the subtle channels responsible for nutrient transport and waste elimination. All those srotases are blocked. And this blockage interferes with the normal cellular uptake of glucose. Because the srotases are blocked, cells, they can't take the glucose which is present in the blood. And the insulin signaling gets disturbed, and insulin resistance happens, and then glucose disturbance happens. Now all this thing is happening due to the production of ama inside the body. So what happens? This dosha imbalance because of the ama. Ama, as I told you, it combines with the aggravated kapha dosha. It leads to heaviness in the body, lethargy, abnormal fat deposition, mucus accumulation, and all these are typical in diabetes. And also the vata gets disturbed, and there is dhatu kshaya. Though the person might appear obese, there will be depletion in the tissues, dhatu kshaya, and because of that, symptoms like frequent urination. Frequent urination is prameha, and then thirst, dryness, all these things happen. So the interplay of ama and dosha imbalance, it damages the pancreatic. The pancreas itself is disturbed, and then there is disturbance in the systemic metabolism. So this is what Ayurveda says about the reason for diabetes production. So reduced agni, when the agni is less, it delays the metabolic clearance. Low agni results in poor lipid metabolism and excessive fat accumulation, especially visceral fat, which further worsens the insulin sensitivity. AMA accumulation contributes to systemic inflammation, oxidative stress, because these free radicals, they cause oxidation inside the body, they attack the cells, they cause early aging, just like an iron rod kept in the air outside gets oxidated and it becomes rusted and becomes weak. Similarly, the oxidation due to these free radicals, due to this AMA, makes our cells old and weak and cause the aging process very fast. These disturbed metabolic cycles they exacerbate the hyperglycemia and diabetic complications. So what do we see? In the early stage, even before the actual manifestation of diabetes, body tries to tell us, tries to communicate with us, tries to make us understand that something is disturbed inside the body and this might cause a serious trouble in the future. So early signs of this impaired agni and ama in diabetes, they include heaviness, bloating, coated tongue, loss of appetite, fatigue, dull digestion. And slowly, if you do not take any action when the Purva Rupas try to tell us that diabetes might happen, actual diabetes will happen. And frequent urination, excessive thirst, sweet taste in mouth, blurred vision, slow healing of wounds, neuropathy, all these things will happen. But before going into the actual management of diabetes, I would like to um, bust some of the myths. When you go to a doctor will tell you have to use these medicines forever, lifelong. Otherwise, anything might happen. Your vital organs might get damaged. But that is not true. Type 2 diabetes is totally reversible. We have treated so many patients who are now free from insulin and other anti-diabetic medicines. And this type 2 diabetes is driven by chronically high insulin levels, hyperinsulinemia, not high blood sugar. Blood sugar, even if it is high, it is not that damaging compared to the higher levels of insulin on a long-term basis. So reducing the insulin by taking the proper diet and also proper fasting, it will restore normal metabolism and can reverse type 2 diabetes. This is something we need to understand. And we need to also bust the myth of calories. So previously they used to count the calories. How many calories am I eating? Counting calories is ineffective because insulin is the one which regulates fat storage and blood sugar levels and not the calories. And also we know that 300 calories of a pastry is not equal to 300 calories of a fruit. So just counting calories and reducing calories will not help in solving your problem. So the focus must shift from calorie restriction to managing insulin response. how can we reduce the insulin resistance? How can we reduce the high insulin levels in our blood? That is the actual focus needed instead of reducing the calories. And we need to understand that, increased insulin is the culprit, and the solution is to lower the insulin by reducing feeding frequency. Means most of the recent years, doctors told us, if you have diabetes, eat frequently. Every 2 hours, you eat little food. Every 2 hours. That has damaged the health of so many nations, so many people. Crores of people got worse complications of diabetes because of this frequent meal intake. So we need to reduce the feeding frequency, which is very important. We need to avoid foods which will trigger the insulin production. We need to take food which will not trigger high insulin production, and also take it in less number of times. Insulin's primary role is fat storage, and it blocks the fat burning. High insulin levels, it promotes lipogenesis and prevents lipolysis, produces more and more fat. It causes obesity, causes fatty liver. Early metabolic dysfunction linked to diabetes is because of high insulin inside our body. And so many scientific studies show a strong correlation between hyperinsulinemia and cardiovascular risk factors common in metabolic syndromes. So when the insulin is high, you're eating frequently, every 2 hours insulin production is happening inside your body, then you have a risk of heart diseases. So both insulin resistance and hyperinsulinemia, they contribute to the metabolic disease progression. But chronically high insulin precedes resistance. So high insulin is the main culprit. Insulin resistance comes next. So now whatever medicines we are using, they are just lowering the low blood sugar. But these same medicines can raise the insulin levels. They can worsen the insulin resistance over time. So we need to understand that just by reducing the blood sugar levels, we will not be able to solve this difficult problem called diabetes. All the medicines which are helping in reducing the blood sugar level are not at all helping the raised insulin levels. There are some things which we need to change in our food, like eliminate all forms of refined sugar, sweetened beverages, and packaged fruit juices, even the real fruit juices, which they say that there is nothing inside, only pure fruit juices. No, don't take them. Sodas, artificial sweeteners, and also some fruits like mango, grape, banana, sitafal, and jackfruit, which have high fructose, can be reduced, limit them, and completely avoid refined carbohydrates. Whether it is wheat or rice, you remove the germ in it, you remove the bran, you remove the husk, everything is removed, only pure starch is there. And with that starch, you make tasty food items: white bread, pasta, rice, cereals, pastries, pizzas, burgers, sandwiches. With these processed grain products, those are the culprits. Replace them with low glycemic complex carbohydrates containing, items like vegetables, seeds, nuts, and small amounts of whole grains. Grain containing germs, not the one which is devoid of germ. And also, one very, bad myth propagated by most of the scientific community is that fat is bad, fat is bad, fat is bad. Reduce fat, don't use ghee, don't use oils. And now recent scientific researches and scientific advancements have busted this myth. They say that fat is good, healthy fat is good. Avocados, olive oil, cow ghee, coconut oil, nuts, seeds, they stabilize the blood insulin level. This we need to understand. Of course, we need to avoid the industrial seed oils, the oils which we get in the market, the packaged oils. When you go to an industry and watch how they prepare the oil, they extract the oil in extremely high temperature, and the oil which comes out of this extraction is black in color with bad odor. Even if someone gives you for free, you will not use it. So to convert this black oil into golden yellow color oil or transparent oil, they add so many chemicals. And to convert this bad smelling odorful oil into odorless oil, they add more chemicals. And then to increase the shelf life of this oil, they add more chemicals and preservatives. Such oils, they are the culprits. Cold pressed oils available right now, they are available all over India. Cold pressed oils are available traditionally. Nowadays, lot of cold pressing, wooden pressing machines have come. So that oil is good. And pure cow's ghee prepared in natural way, not extracting cream from cold milk, converting milk into curd and then extracting the butter and heating it. That way, whatever ghee is prepared, it is very good for reducing insulin, stabilizing the blood insulin levels. Healthy fat is good and you have to increase it. And we need to eat real food, whole food, not artificial food. Our meals, they should contain vegetables, more and more grains and cereals containing proteins and fats. And we need to avoid food which, which is not actually food. It is actually a product manufactured by manufacturing companies, packaged foods with so many preservatives, hidden sugars, flavor enhancing agents. They are the culprits. We need to eat food which is real, which is having a life, which is wholesome, which is water rich, which is having so many nutrients. That is what we need to take. And we should also reduce the meal frequency. This is the most important part to correct the diabetes problem. We need to limit eating to 2 main meals a day. I myself, I eat at 10 in the morning and evening 5:30. That's all. So almost 8 hours is the eating time, and 16 hours I don't eat anything else. So in between, maybe you can eat one fruit or you can take glass of milk if you're hungry, but don't eat again foods, snacks made out of grains, no highly processed grains in between. Even healthy snacking is also not good. If you want to control your diabetes, eat only 2 meals. This will help in reducing the insulin levels to the lowest when there is no food. This is very important. We call it intermittent fasting. It lowers the baseline insulin level. It improves the insulin sensitivity and reduces fat accumulation. And it is consistent with reversing the hyperinsulinemia. Because of this hyperinsulinemia, the insulin resistance happens. This insulin resistance can be reduced if we can stick to 2 main meals a day and maximum time you do fasting. So this is contrary to what doctors were feeding us till now. Eat frequently, eat every 2 hours. This myth has been busted. Now it is very clear that intermittent fasting helps us in wonderfully reducing the insulin level, insulin resistance levels, and also blood sugar levels. And in between, we need to hydrate. Solid meals we take. In between, we need to hydrate. Take more water. We give yoga rasam in our workshops. Herbal decoctions, black coffee, green tea, herbal tea, without any sugar. Avoid all the energy drinks, Red Bull and all those things, milkshakes, sweetened teas, all those things you need not take. But you need to make sure that you are hydrating yourself. And of course, let us come back to the Ayurvedic management. So in Ayurveda, we do proper shodhana karma to remove this ama accumulated in each and every cell of the body. As I've told you, because of this weak Agni and sedentary lifestyle, eating unhealthy food, lot of stress, all these things produce these free radicals which circulate all over the body, hide inside each and every cell of the body, and start damaging our cells from inside. So we do first two panchakarmas, Vamanam and Virachanam, to completely remove ama, to increase the digestive fire, to remove toxins from each and every cell of the body. We have seen so many patients who just undergo these two panchakarmas. Within 1 month, their need for insulin completely reduces. We stop insulin after completing Vamana and Virechana. Of course, in yoga, we do Sankha Prakshalana. Every month, we conduct a 7-day free residential health workshop in our hospital. 7 days completely, people come and stay with us free of cost. Food and accommodation and classes are free. There we conduct this Sankha Prakshalana, a wonderful detoxification technique, which also helps in reducing usage of insulin. So once this detoxification happens, then we give some simple, food modifications and simple medicines if needed. In Ayurveda, there are wonderful grains advised for diabetic people. For example, yava. Yava is a special grain mentioned in Ayurveda. Many people confuse it with barley. No, yava is not barley. In Hindi, we call it jaw. In Telugu, we call yavalu. This yava is also mentioned in so many mantras, in rituals, in pujas. We learn about yava. In Ayurveda, it is praised as a wonderful pathya. It's the best food for diabetes and obesity and heart problems and kidney failure people and cancer people. So we give this yava instead of wheat. The rotis made out of yava they are so tasty. And we can also make upma, dalia, dosa with these yavas. Yava is recently one patient who is around 80 years old, who wants to get his cataract surgery, but because his sugar levels were so high, doctors have asked him to get his sugar levels down. He was using insulin, and he came to us, and we gave him this yava diet. We completely stopped all the rice and other things, only yava diet, all 2 times a day. And within 15 days, the HbA1c came from 10.6 to 9.3, and later it came further down till 6. And now he is planning for this cataract surgery. So yava is so effective. And also there is another practice where we soak the wheat grains in triphala decoction whole night, and the next day whole day we will dry. Like that we do for 7 days, and then we use that wheat grains for making rotis. That is also very effective. This is some research done in some an institute in Mysore. So there are so many other rice varieties like Raktashali, Navara, red rice, which is having. Bhavani Leela is asking, can we soak yava in triphala? It will be more useful. Yes, yava you can soak in triphala. Soak it in night, and in the morning you can dry it and shade. Like that you can do it for 7 days. So Raktashali, Navara, Kalabatti rice, Chittimutyalu, Kempusanalu all have very low glycemic index. The problem with rice available right now is the rice is not the traditional Indian rice seed varieties. They are all lab made. The Sona Masuri, BPT, Samba Masuri, RJL, all are they are manufactured in labs. This rice itself is the culprit which causes diabetes. The traditional Indian rice varieties, which are unaltered, they are definitely helpful in reducing glycemic index. So you can use Raktashali, Navara, Kalabatti to make idli and rava. You can use them as rava. Chittimityalu, Kempusanalu, you can just cook, and they are so good in taste, and they are also very good in reducing insulin levels, sugar levels, and also to keep the insulin low. Of course, there are some beautiful things available around us. One is amla. So amla, we all know, it is having this regenerative properties, slows down age, improves insulin sensitivity, and reduces oxidative stress, removes free radicals. So because it removes free radicals, it helps in slowing down the age. It also is having vitamin C rich or antioxidants that support the pancreatic cells. And then we have this wonderful turmeric, which also reduces inflammation and enhances glucose utilization. Aparavagar is asking, eating millets is good. Yes, millets also have like wonderful properties which help us in reducing blood sugar levels and also keeping the insulin under check. But only if you are doing enough physical activity. Because millets are heavy to get digested, if you are not doing any physical activity and keep eating millets, again ama can increase if your digestive system is weak. So you need to do a lot of yogasanas, pranayama, increase the digestive fire, then you will be able to digest millets. Amla shots will help we consume. What are amla shots? I don't know. If they are manufactured things, then please don't use. If you are getting amla directly, you can take it, or you can take dried powder of amla. That is the best way to consume amla. I will also tell you a wonderful recipe for controlling diabetes. So I'm telling you about turmeric, right? It also reduces inflammation, enhances glucose utilization, and curcumin, which is present in this turmeric, it modulates the insulin receptors and combats inflammation. Uh, it's just the juice crushed and strained. Yeah, fresh juice is definitely good. And if you take amla juice and mix it in this turmeric powder and do some bhavana. Bhavana is like, you increase the potency of this thing. In a khalwa, in a mortar and pestle, you do like this. And you dry it. We call it Nisha Amlaki. Nisha is turmeric, Amlaki is Indian gooseberry, amla. So, or if you don't have fresh amla, you can take 2 parts of amla powder and 1 part of turmeric powder, and mix them, and take 1 spoon in the morning and 1 spoon in the evening. That will reduce sugar levels to in a wonderful way, and also increase the strength of the body, increase your immunity, modify your immunity, and also reduce this hyperinsulinemia. So that can be done by using just simple nishamlaki. And then nimba or neem, it also purifies blood and supports the pancreas. The bioflavonoids present in nimba, they enhance the insulin release and glucose uptake. And of course, we all know about bitter gourd or karela or caravella. It reduces blood glucose and improves insulin function. Contains insulin-like peptides and charantin compounds. So many of us are already practicing this intake of karela ka juice. And another important thing is methi or fenugreek. It lowers the fasting glucose levels and also HbA1c levels. It is rich in soluble fiber that slows the carbohydrate absorption. So, and there is one beautiful herb called Gymnema sylvestris or goodmark. This is like, it reduces sugar absorption and enhances the insulin release when needed. And it is known as the sugar destroyer because it is having these anti-sweet properties according to Ayurveda. Then another wonderful herb is Vijayasar, Pterocarpus marsupium. It protects and regenerates the pancreatic beta cells. That is the reason why it is also useful in type 1 diabetes, where the pancreatic beta cells get damaged due to autoimmunity. It contains natural polyphenols that activate anti-diabetic enzymes inside the body. So these are few herbs which are available, and with those herbs we make some wonderful decoctions. Like my favorite medicine which I prescribe to most of my patients is Nisha Kataka Kashayam. It contains Nisha, which is turmeric, Kataka, Daru Haridra, Guduchi, Chandana, Musta, Indrayava, Vasa, Patha, Amlaki. So each drug is having wonderful anti-diabetic properties, and it pacifies kapha and pitta and corrects the deranged medo dhatu. Medo dhatu is this fat metabolism gets corrected, and even the mutravas or the kidneys, they get strengthened. It is anti-diabetic, enhances digestion, it cleanses all the channels blocked by ama, and it rejuvenates each and every cell of the body. So it is anti-hyperglycemic, antioxidant, hepatoprotective, and it reduces lipids, and it also protects your kidneys. So it is a wonderful medicine. If prescribed by an Ayurveda doctor, you can take it safely, and it is very, very effective in regulating blood sugar. It supports the pancreatic function, improves the digestion and metabolism, protects our organs, enhances energy and immunity. So another important decoction which I use is Kataka Khadiradi Kashayam. It is used in people with diabetes and also skin infections, itching, and other problems. So it purifies the blood, and for people with diabetes with skin infection, it is very useful. But please make sure that you use these medicines only after getting proper prescription from a doctor. Just by listening and trying it on yourself is definitely not, because there are so many decoctions. One which is actually suitable for your own constitution can be decided only by a doctor. um, and again, Darvyadi Kashayam is there. It also helps in diabetes with skin lesions, boils, infections, and obesity. Then there is Guduchi Adi Kashayam, which contains this Guduchi. If you are not taking any medicine and you recently got detected by like little borderline sugar and all, something like that, pre-diabetic, then daily you can take this Guduchi or Amrutabail, we call Tipatiga, or Amrita, or many names are there. So this Guduchi, the stem decoction, is wonderful in modifying your immune system, and this is actually useful in preventing and reversing the diabetes. You can take it without any prescription. You can take Guduchi every day, 50 ml of decoction of Guduchi stem. But Guduchi Kashayam contains other drugs like Nimba, Vasa, Patola. It boosts immunity, balances Pitta and Kapha, improves liver function, helps in detoxification. So then there is this Chandraprabha Kashayam containing Gugulu, Musta, Daru, Haridra, Chandana, Triphala, and other herbs. It is a diuretic. It is needed in some people where the kidney gets disturbed, and because of the diabetes they have kidney failure. Then we need this. It is a detoxifier. It improves urinary tract health, reduces insulin resistance, and it also corrects the fat metabolism disturbances. So diabetes with urinary disorders, obesity, and renal weakness, this is very effective. Then, of course, as I've told you, we do the Shodhana Karma, that is detoxification to remove the free radicals, and we give medicines in Ayurveda along with the food modifications and lifestyle modifications. But when we combine this Ayurveda treatment with yoga, we have seen wonderful, excellent results. People simply stopped using insulin. People who are using insulin from so many years, like 20 years, 25 years, they are using insulin, and suddenly they were able to stop insulin just by combining the benefits, principles of Ayurveda and yoga together. Practicing both will work wonders. Yoga, it improves Agni Bala, digestive fire, reduces kapha and meda, enhances pranic flow, and balances neuroendocrine functions, especially pancreatic stimulation and insulin sensitivity. So it's very important for us to increase, reduce the insulin resistance and increase the insulin sensitivity and stimulate the pancreas. And this happens with the help of yogasanas. There are some standing asanas which will improve our circulation, they activate our muscles, they stimulate the metabolism, like Trikonasana. It stretches the abdominal organs, improves digestion and insulin function, and reduces fat. The focus is on side bending. It compresses the pancreas and liver alternatively and improves their function. What is the difference between asanas and exercise? Exercise is also very important, helpful in reducing blood sugar levels and increasing the, reducing the insulin resistance. But exercise is more like burning the fat. Asanas, where you settle in one position, sthiram sukham asanam. Asanas will help you stimulate certain organs, in this case, like pancreas stimulation, enhancing the function of each and every organ, healing the disturbances in these organs. This happens through asanas. Tadasana. Tadasana is a palm tree pose. It improves the posture, increases insulin receptor sensitivity, and enhances oxygen supply to the body. So just 30 to 60 seconds, you hold it in the, like you need to stay in that asana for some time. That will help you increase the action of pancreas. Ardha Chakrasana or half wheel pose. All these are standing asanas, improves pancreatic blood flow, strengthens the back and abdomen, and reduces stress. Sitting asanas, these asanas, they calm the mind, reduce stress, enhance pancreatic stimulation. Ardha Matsyendra Asana or half spinal twist, one of the best asanas for diabetics. It directly massages the pancreas, liver, and kidneys. It improves digestion and glucose metabolism. So you have to do it on both sides, Ardha Matsyendra Asana. And just 20 to 30 seconds, you stay in that sthiti, that position. It will help a lot. Vajrasana, very simple asana, only asana which you can do on a full stomach. Immediately after eating food, you can sit in Vajrasana. It improves your digestion. It improves the glucose utilization. It is ideal for post-meal sitting. So after eating food, if you can sit for 10 minutes or 15 minutes in Vajrasana, it will wonderfully benefit you a lot. Then Paschimottanasana. Paschimottanasana, we call it as a king of all asanas. It's a wonderful asana. It tones the abdominal viscera, stimulates pancreas, reduces belly fat, calms your mind. Only if you have disc prolapse, back pain and disc prolapse, disc degeneration, disc herniation, disc protrusion, disc extrusion, any spinal problem, you should not bend forward because it can increase the back pain. So otherwise, if you don't have that problem, then you can do this. And again, belly down asanas, there are where you sleep on your belly and do asanas like Bhujangasana, cobra pose. It stretches your abdominal organs, stimulates your pancreas, liver, and kidneys, improves insulin secretion, and relieves stress. Dhanurasana, excellent for pancreas activation and abdominal massage, improves digestion, blood circulation, and glucose regulation. And Salabhasana, crocodile pose, strengthens your lower back, tones your abdominal organs, and helps in fat metabolism. Then there are the supine, like you lie down like this. And one is, these help in relaxation, glandular balance, and parasympathetic activation. So Pavana Muktasana or wind relieving pose, it relieves gas, bloating, aids in pancreatic secretion, and improves digestion. Setu Bandhasana or bridge pose, it improves circulation, reduces fatigue, and balances hormones. Shavasana or corpse pose reduces cortisol and adrenaline, key stress hormones that raise blood sugar. These stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, they, when they get produced in an excess quantity, they immediately raise the blood sugar levels. So by doing these asanas, you bring deep relaxation to the body, and overall endocrinal system will go into a state of balance. And then we have this wonderful technique called pranayama. Pranayama can regenerate each and every cell of your body. It is very important for glycemic control and stress reduction. We vouch for pranayama. We make each and every inpatient in our 40-bedded hospital practice pranayama regularly. Pranayama, before doing actual pranayama, we do one of the Shatkriyas called Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati actually stimulates pancreas, reduces abdominal fat, reduces all the bad gases inside the body, improves metabolism. Then we do simple Anlom Vilom, which balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems and lowers the stress. Then we do Bastrika. Bastrika is a wonderful pranayam technique. It improves the oxygenation, boosts the insulin sensitivity. And then Bhramari reduces mental tension, stress levels come down, lowers the cortisols. Ujjayi pranayam improves the thyroid and metabolic function. But the best pranayama which can help you completely solve your diabetes problem is Surya Chandra Bhedi pranayama, where we practice Puraka, which is inhaling, Kumbhaka, holding the breath, and Rechaka, exhaling, in 1:4:2 ratio. 1:4:2 ratio. If you are counting 5 while inhaling, then you count 20 while you hold the breath, and while you exhale, you count 10. This is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful pranayama. It works wonders with our patients. It helps in immunomodulation and regeneration of each and every cell of the body, not just in diabetes. We do it, we make patients do it in so many diseases. And of course, meditation, it again takes us to the higher level. It, at the level of DNA, repair work happens when you practice meditation. Every day practicing yoga nidra for some time, deep relaxation, it helps in deep relaxation, reduces anxiety, reduces the cortisol levels. Mindful meditation with complete awareness improves adherence to diet and glucose monitoring. When you are mentally strong, you will be able to do whatever you want to do. Otherwise, you get tempted by unhealthy food and you obviously eat more and produce more problems. Regular Om chanting balances neuroendocrine activity and stabilizes the mood. We teach advanced techniques like Shunya Sthiti, where complete thoughtless state is achieved, and then some affirmations and visualizations. All these things help in achieving insulin-free, medication-free state of life without using any medicines. You will be able to control your blood sugar levels and keep your hyperinsulinemia in control, and then you will be always healthy, no side effects. Even if you're using medicines and keeping the blood sugar levels under control, there is a risk, big risk of organ damage. That will not happen if you regularly practice asanas, pranayam, and meditation. You don't have to use medicine, and your organs are safe. Your aging process will slow down. Your immunity will be wonderful, and you can prevent all other complications and other diseases you might get after you get diabetes. So, to teach this, we actually conduct this Ayurveda Yoga Sikshana Saptaham, a 7-day residential workshop to achieve perfect health. Every month we conduct this workshop. Every month around um 60 to 70 people come and attend this workshop. This month we have 28th residential workshop. It is a completely free workshop. So from 25th of October to 31st of October, we have this workshop. In this workshop, whatever I have taught you till now, the asanas, the food modifications, all these things we teach in this workshop. We make you practice this in this workshop. We start with Dhanvantri Havan. Dhanvantri, who is a god of health, we take his blessings and take the sankalpa, and we understand what the actual universal health principles of Ayurveda, which will help us in preventing metabolic diseases. So when you understand these universal health principles, instead of giving you simple tips, use this, use that, take this medicine, follow this diet, we teach these universal principles. Universal principles are those which will not change with time or people or place. They are applicable to me, they are applicable to you also. They are applicable here in India and applicable in Australia, in America, everywhere. They are also were useful 1,000 years back. Now they are applicable, and even 1,000 years later in the future also they'll work. They are universal health principles discussed in Ayurveda. We teach them, and of course we make the participants perform yoga regularly. All the asanas which I have mentioned earlier, we teach asanas, we teach pranayama, we teach meditation, and then this really useful pratakala charya, where we detox our body on daily basis. Pratakala charya contains nasya karma, putting nasal drops which will cleanse the channels connected to the nose, the eustachian tubules, the nasolacrimal ducts, the nasopharynx, all the channels where the accumulation of kapha happens, where the channels get blocked, they get unblocked by doing nasya karma nasal drops every day. Then ear drops, karna purana, which will help in reducing tinnitus, deafness, torticollis, lockjaw. So many things can be avoided by just putting a simple warm till oil in the ears. Then we do this eye cleansing, netrakshalna with eye drops or an anjana, as mentioned in Ayurveda. This also helps in removing the mucus secretions in the eye channels and also nourishes the eyes after cleansing the eyes. Then we do the Gandusha and Kavala Dharana, which will reduce, which will improve the oral health and remove toxins from the mouth. And then applying oil to the body, applying oil to the whole body. And after applying oil to the whole body, doing some physical activity, doing some what we call as Nishkama Karma. In the ashram, we do Nishkama Karma, means doing activities without expecting anything, like working in the goshala or working in the agricultural fields or cutting the vegetables or something like that. and after that taking hot water bath. This oil application, doing some activity and hot water bath will produce lots of sweat and removes lots and lots of toxins from the body. And also we will teach some practical sessions to reduce some health problems, simple griha vaidyams. And also we also manufacture so many sustainable living products, like this is the kajal preparation, this is tooth powder preparation, and so many other preparations. We teach how to make bioenzymes for cleaning the house without any chemicals. And also we make our participants practice jalaneti, sutraneti. This is sutraneti and this is jalaneti. And then the one which I have mentioned earlier, Senka Prakshalana, detoxification. Each and every cell will be detoxified with the help of Senka Prakshalana. During this workshop, we do this. And after regular detoxification process, we give sattvic food. Sattvic food, during the after the Senka Prakshalana, we give only this khichdi like thing, pongal like thing. But uh, we actually teach principles behind the preparation of food, which is very, very important. So actual how to choose the right food. There should be, we need to understand the quality of the food and how much quantity we need to eat, and whether the food is compatible with our body, how to prepare this food and how to consume this food. Even in the quality of the food, whether the food we consume is having all the nutrients which we need, and then how to choose that nutrient full of food with life. And then even if there are nutrients, if we are not able to digest because of weak agni, then we will not be able to get the benefit from the food, and gets prepared inside the body. So how to eat food according to our digestive fire, understanding our digestive strength and eating food. Then also understanding whether this food will help in easy elimination of the remaining toxins. Like if the food gets stuck inside our intestines, if it gets stuck to the intestines, then again it produces toxins. So excretability is also very important. Food which helps in easy elimination of toxins, and then food which is compatible with our own mind body constitution. We help people understand their own mind body constitution, and we prescribe food which is specific for their own mind body constitution. And also there are food items which are not compatible with each other. There are some viruddhaharas which can produce disturbance in metabolism and damage our internal organs. Like there are some viruddhaharas mentioned in Ayurveda, like you should not mix honey and hot water, you should not mix fruits with milk, you should not mix cooked food and uncooked food together, you should not eat, you should not mix hot food and cold food, like hot biryani with chilled coke. Like that, there are around 500 plus combinations in 19 different categories of viruddhahara. We explain about all these things. And we also tell them how to actually prepare food without losing the nutrients, using the right utensils instead of using aluminum, non-stick and plastic, using the right utensils like bronze and brass and iron and cast iron and the soap net stones, soap net stone vessels and earthen vessels. And if not possible, using high quality steel. So how to cook the food also, we demonstrate cooking in hay box. Is a wonderful technique called hay box cooking, where we put the rice only for 2 minutes on the stove, and remaining time it will stay inside a hay box and gets cooked naturally. And the taste of the food is wonderful, and it is like really having all the nutrients without losing any nutrients. So how to prepare kali, a fermented like drink, to increase the gut health. All these things we teach. And the best part of this workshop is, in this workshop we help people continue whatever they learned in this workshop. So we help them prepare a health tracker. We make pairs of people, accountability partners or sahasadhakas or health buddies. They take care of each other. We give responsibility of another person to one person to another person, vice versa. And we ask them to prepare their own health tracker. Whatever they learn in these 7 days, they write with their own handwriting. Like this, they write with their own handwriting, and then use this tracker to monitor whether they are doing all these things or not every day. So they send us these trackers back to us. Like after using these trackers, they just send the pictures of these trackers to us, so that we understand that they are using this. And what feedback we get from the um, participants is truly amazing. Because without giving these 7 days, we don't give them any medicines, we don't do any treatments, we just teach them how to lead a healthy life, that's all. And just by doing this, they say that many people, they say that I've stopped using diabetes medicines, I'm just practicing yoga and eating right food, and I'm not I'm just eating 2 times a day, and I'm not eating anything beyond 7 o'clock. Just mostly before 6 o'clock I'm eating, and I'm not eating all these unhealthy foods which are packaged, reheated foods which are refrigerated. I'm just eating freshly cooked food with full of life, sattvic food, twice a day. And I've stopped using insulin, I've stopped using diabetic medicines, even Ayurveda medicines they stop using. So this is the wonderful feedback which we got from our participants. So these are the health trackers which were used. So this is our hospital, Arogyadatri Ayurveda Research Institute. Anybody interested in attending this workshop this month or next month, any month, every month we conduct this 7 days health workshop. So you can please contact us. This is our website, and email ID is also present, and phone numbers are also present. So if we have any doubts, any questions, I'll take the questions, and we'll
Sir,
stop at 3 o'clock.
it was very clear, sir, and I'm really thankful to you and your organization for such a fruitful webinar, because some things we really forget in our daily life, which you really, helped us to remind that what we should do, what we should not do in case of diabetes.
Yes.
So, on behalf of Healthcare Sector Skill Council, I want to thank you and your team. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank- Yeah. November dates are not yet decided, Aparoji. Please contact us within next 1 week. We will tell you the November dates. You have the phone number right on in front of this thing. Maybe I'm covering the phone number. I'll just remove my video. So those are the phone number. That phone number you can contact, or contact by email. So we will tell you the November workshop dates. Thank you so much.